we're supposed to have Shradha Sharma with us today, but, well, as you know, the diplomatic relationship between India and Italy are not at their best in this moment. So despite of the huge effort of Italian embassy, we were not able to bring Shradha in Milan. Anyway, she sent us a video. Probably we can show the video.
Welcome to all the attendees of If Book Then. Wish you a great day today and a hi to Marco from India. This is Shradha, founder of YourStory.com. I started Your Story 6 years back. I was working with CNBC in India. It's a news channel, and I was working there before that, Times of India, and the whole realization that there were so many interesting people across the country in different parts, in different states, and they had something very interesting to tell and share, which was very unique, very core to them, and somewhere nobody was documenting what they were saying. Because in India, as everywhere else in the world, we have this craze of chasing successful people, writing about successful people. And somewhere I felt that gap because I met all these young entrepreneurs who were trying to do something very interesting, who had their own struggles, who had their own pains, who had their own experiences, and who had their own learnings. And nobody was writing, nobody was documenting them. And I thought, hey, here is an opportunity to bring this young India together, to build a community and write about these underdogs whom nobody is writing about. 6 years hence, today we are the largest platform in the country, and we have told 13,000, in fact more than 13,000 stories so far. It has been an extremely enriching, extremely fulfilling experience because we've every day lived those journeys. We have every day documented, written about those narratives, and they have been so powerful because those have been honest stories of trials, tribulations of entrepreneurs from different parts of the country, and how they go on to define their lives, how do they go on to define their businesses, their journeys. We've documented hope. We've documented hope of young India because, as all of you would know, today India is growing at a very fast pace, and these young entrepreneurs in some way are definitely defining that growth. To me and to everyone in my organization and to people, more so to people, our readers who are today more than 3 million, we've all lived and we've all everyday experienced what stories can do. It can inspire, it can transform, it can connect both of us. Today you're listening to me from India, but if you see that, if you somewhere understand my story, then I'm connected to you because I could just, you could just read about me as facts that this is your story, but today I'm telling you what I do, what my intent was. And somewhere this is very powerful medium of connecting, and we are living it every day, we are seeing it every day. I love what I do, I enjoy what I do because every day you are experiencing so much amazing stuff. You're every day participating in the collective dialogue of the country because one story in Bangalore connects to someone sitting in a very small town in Bihar, and that in itself is a very, very transformative experience. I wish all of you the very best. Please enjoy the power of storytelling in a country of 1.2 billion people. Somewhere we have started defining, we've started seeing a movement through storytelling, and this has just begun. I have this quest that if we are a country of 1.2 billion and we have done 13,000 stories, then we have a long way to go, and we are on that road to conquer, to capture, and to narrate beautifully, powerfully, and honestly all those stories. I wish that we can spread our wings all across the globe and connect people from all the different geographies through storytelling, because somewhere, we might be far off, but stories are so powerful that you just feel that you know the person. You just feel that you can connect to the narrative. And I think moving forward, it will be a very interesting and powerful tool to connect geographies, because entrepreneurs in Italy, I'm sure, would have different, but in some way very similar similar experiences to entrepreneurs in India, and so to any part of the world. With this, let me sign off from India now. Enjoy your day, unravel the mysteries of storytelling, and I wish you a very fulfilling, meaningful, and a joyous experience at the If Book Then conference. Thank you so much, and hope to see all of you in Italy soon. Meanwhile, please log on to yourstory.com and enjoy some of the stories that we have done. Thanks a lot.
So now I will ask to Alessio Pieroni to join me here. Alessio is an associate editor of Your Story. He joined the team in September 2013. He's very young.
Yeah.
24 maybe?
24, yeah.
Okay. So how did you, end up in India, first of all?
That's funny. I ended up in India just because I was scared. So it's the contrary that what usually happens, because usually people don't go in India because they are scared. I went in India because I was scared of the situation of Italy. So I wanted to become an entrepreneur, a social entrepreneur, and I wanted an experience that really shook me a lot. So I decided to go to India exactly for this reason. And especially I wanted to find an opportunity as the one that I found in Your Story, because I could have learned more about the storytelling, but also about the social enterprise industry. And moreover, what I really wanted was an experience in a city that really brought me a lot of innovation.
And what did you learn?
Well, I learned a lot of things, let's say, especially because I'm not a journalist as background, but every day I was writing a story about a different entrepreneur. And one of the things that I learned that really shakes me was about also the power of entrepreneurs there. Like, people think that in India it's kind of easy to create a company also because they are developing countries, while the boundaries that they have every single day are big. Maybe are also bigger than the one that we have in Italy. But a lot of time, the mindset that we have constrained us to not give the maximum that we can. While also in Italy, we have so much opportunity that we have to take. And moreover, another thing that I learned in India is about that it's a very young country. Like, if you think in India, the average age is like 26-year-old. So for me, being a 24-year-old person there was not being young, was being an average person. And that was pretty cool because I had the chance to really learn a lot and to work together with the other people at the same level. You see also Shradha, it's a very young woman, she's like 32. And she's managing the biggest startup platform in India. So basically what we do in Your Story is similar to what TechCrunch does in US. But we do this through storytelling, and I think that's the real cool things that we're doing.
Can you make just few examples of stories that you collect or report for the platform?
Yeah. Well, one of the main stories that I love that I collect is the story of Akshaya Patra. Akshaya Patra is one of the biggest organizations in India. And what actually they are doing, they are the biggest food delivery program, private, around the world. So every single day, they deliver 1.3 million food to children in India. And that's pretty cool because actually they started in 2001 and they started with an amazing stories. So there was this man that was working in his office. He just looked outside of his window and what he saw was that there was a child that was fighting against a dog to have some food. So he say, okay, right now I want to stop this. And what I want to do is actually that I want to create a model to help people, to help especially child, to have the food that they need. So they create this amazing model of giving food inside schools. And they create the program Food for Education. So what they did is that they say to all the child, you can go to school and we will give you free food. And that was pretty amazing because they were not just giving food for free. They were also enabling education. That is the main way to go out of poverty in a place like India. And right now, after 15 years, they deliver 1.3 million meal every single day. And in the area in which they are working, they actually were able to move the scholarization from 40 to 75%. That means that every single day, more and more children can go to school because they have food there. And that's pretty amazing. That's one of the stories that really can empower other stories. And one of the cool things that I got so empowered from this story that I actually decided also to start a social enterprise of that in Italy. So that's my why I came back in Italy and why I'm working on that, to connect actually every single restaurant in Italy to this project in order to give for every meal that you buy in Italy, a meal for free in India. And that's something pretty cool that tell how important can be a story. I think that that's the main message. Like, even if you see the logo of your story, there is written inspire, innovate, and ignite. So we don't just tell stories because we like to tell stories. We tell stories because we believe they are the main instrument in order to empower people. In India, 6 years ago, there was not a startup community. We started a startup community empowering people through stories. And every story empowers another story. The same that also the other speaker was saying.
Thank you very much. I don't know if there are any questions for Alessio. No? So, thank you.
Thank you.